Hello everyone. Sorry it's been a while. I honestly have been working my ass off. I have been receiving a lot of downloads. I received one about a month ago too that I wanted to do on Mother's Day, but I had to work that day and wanted to do the video in my room, and I learned a hard lesson that when I get a download, I need to record it right then and there, because within 24 hours that bitch is gonna go away. When Spirit downloads me with a message, it comes clear, it comes through so clearly because I'm ready for it and you guys are ready for it. But then I procrastinated it and thought I could wait till I got off work, and I was too tired and I was like, I can make this video tomorrow, and then it was after Mother's Day and I just was not feeling it, and I couldn't even remember what I even wanted to say. But it felt so juicy and so good, and I learned very quickly to just give you the message as soon as it happens. So if I'm giving you videos that aren't as good quality and it's me holding it, then that's why, because I need to get the message out right then and there. But last night I received a download from Spirit, and I was actually eating a donut when it happened, and I kept eating donuts and I just couldn't stop. And I knew my body needed watermelon or fruit or something. It needed hydration, it needed anything, but I just wanted to keep eating the donut to feel full. And I knew I was not gonna feel full. I was gonna feel full from this donut, but I wasn't gonna feel good afterward. And I was sitting there eating that donut like, well, damn. It's kind of like my dating life. You know? And some of my friendships. And I was just looking at this donut and I'm like, well, it was my choice to eat it. Can't really be mad at it. Can't be mad at myself. But what happens is that I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I slip up, and then I get too hard on myself when I slip up, and then I just start indulging in a whole bunch of sweets. And I'm like, well, I just relapsed, so I might as well just keep fucking eating and then restart in a couple of months whenever I get the boost or the motivation to get away from the fucking donuts. And so donuts is basically a metaphor for the toxic people. And I want to say this, that I learned not to be so hard on myself, because, or on the donut, or being mad at the donut for being a donut. It's made of nothing, or it's made of something, but it's not good for my body, and it's manufactured that way. And a donut's gonna be a donut regardless if I want it to not be a donut or not. And I think that's how we need to accept people, is that they're gonna be the way that they are unless they want to change their form, unless they want to remake themselves. And I'm not saying donuts can remake themselves, but people can. That's a good thing about it. But you're not going to wait around for the donut to be an apple. It's not going to change into an apple unless it wants to change into an apple and it gains a consciousness and wants to change into an apple and be healthy. But basically, like, I was just thinking, like, you know, like, okay, so maybe I can eat this donut in small increments, instead of eating healthy all the time and then splurging on some sweets and then getting pissed at myself for doing this to myself again, over and over again. I think as a whole and as a collective, because we're so hard on ourselves and we want to be perfect all the time, that it just makes things even worse and stresses yourself out even worse. It makes you feel bad about yourself even worse. So I want to say to all of you, it's okay to have a donut here and there. You and donuts have great times. It tastes so good. It's so sweet. It feels good in that moment. And I know you're not supposed to indulge in life pleasures and desires and all this stuff so much, so frequently, but you did come here to experience everything under the sun, from donuts to toxic people to everything. And some of those toxic people you may still have fun with. You just can't be around them for too long, or your body will start losing its health. And you won't feel good inside if you keep indulging in the donuts, and it's going to make you feel even worse about yourself. But I do think it's okay if you eat the donut here and there and you can hang out with that toxic person here and there if you feel called to, because at one point in time you guys did resonate on the same level. And you can ask yourself, hey, what am I craving right now? So I'm craving this chocolate donut. What is it going on in my health that's making me want to crave chocolate? And I learned when I was pregnant that chocolate is, when you have chocolate cravings really bad and heavily, like your body is craving magnesium. And magnesium has to do with, like, it opens up your heart chakra as well. So maybe when you're indulging, or when anyone's indulging in chocolate or toxic people, your heart is wanting to not feel again, but release enough to feel again. And maybe it wants some self-love. Maybe it wants open heart space. And that's what your body's craving, and that's why you're feeling called to reach out to these toxic people, because they showed you your heart. They showed you that your heart does work and that you can love so hard for someone who is not so good for you. And then it's easier to love someone who's really good for you, or maybe it even may be harder to love someone who is good for you because you're not used to that. Especially if you grew up in a household full of donuts and sweets and chocolates and shit, a whole bunch of toxic shit. You're going to carry that on into your adult life. You're going to pick up those mechanisms, just like you would pick up mechanisms of fucking toxic family traits, toxic family environment, toxic family everything. These people may feel like home to you because your home was toxic. And you will learn down the path that you don't want to eat the donuts anymore, and that you want to remain healthy for good. But I just think now that where we're at and the point of ascension, and Earth is evolving so quickly, like, I can feel it all around in all areas of my life. And I'm seeing it in other people. A lot of people are evolving. A lot of people are waking up, and it's accelerating right now. Like, within the past, like, since the beginning of this year, it's been accelerating. So you may be doing good for a couple of months on your diet away from donuts and toxic people. But then you might find yourself slip up and then be like, fuck, I gotta restart. I gotta go from the beginning. Why do I do this to myself? Why can't I just have discipline? But you're figuring it out. And it's you. It's you against the world. But the world is you. And it's you against yourself. And you can get support from friends. You can get support from family members. But when you slip up, those family members are going to may make you feel even worse about it, because they don't understand what's going on internally that's making you crave these things, you know? And it just doesn't help. So I don't want to say to not reach out to people to help you stay disciplined, but just know that your drive, your motivation, your everything is coming. You just relapse is literally just reassessing what wasn't working for you that made you slip up. What's coming up for you that made you slip up? Pay attention to when you're slipping up, who you're being called to, what kind of food you're being called to. Even though the food was used as a metaphor, but for real, the ascension process, you're going to want to clear out toxic people and the toxic food hand in hand. So that was a good metaphor to use, but it's also like kind of going along with everything that I'm saying. That's not a metaphor. You should still eat healthy regardless. But don't feel bad if you slip up, because we all do. We all make mistakes. We're not going to be perfect. And just hang on. Be gentle on yourself. Love yourself. And let your friends and family know if you do slip up, like, I'm trying and I'm doing better and I'm wanting to do better, but I have a lot more clearing out to do, and it may not be this time around, it may not be the next time around, but it will come. And I just want you to have hope for me and pray for me that I will get through this. And I hope and I pray for you guys to get through this, because I'm going through it too. And my life is not perfect, and I still have a lot of shit that I need to clear out, but it's moving. It's growing. It's living. It's ascending. But yeah, so donuts or apples. You can have both. Just make sure you're eating more of the apple than the donut. You can have snack time. You can cheat sometimes. And it's not even cheating. It's just like balance. It's a fine balance. Like, you got attracted to those people for a reason. And you may still have fun with those people. You just really can't hang out with them all the fucking time. Because then you'll start to get sick. And you'll start to lower your vibration. So, and I think we still should have compassion for these toxic people and not shame them or judge them or feel any type of anger towards them. Or if you are feeling that anger or any other type of lower, not even lower emotion, but any other emotion that doesn't feel good to you, explore that. Because it's triggering something in you. It's triggering something that's trying to come up in you. And if we have compassion for these human beings who they are, they're presenting themselves to you like, hello, I'm a fucking donut, I taste good, I'm sweet, I'll give you this pleasure right now, but that doesn't mean I'm good for you down the line. You can't be mad at them for being them, but you can only hold yourself accountable for what you do and what you choose to indulge in. And don't beat yourself up if you take a bite of it a few times out of the week. Because I know how it be. You know, you get stoned, you feel good, and then you want to eat some goddamn donuts and get some good dick, and, but, yeah. So, that was a nice download. It was a nice little simple download, but, thank you, Spirit, for giving me this message. I hope it reaches people that it needs to, and you guys can follow me on Instagram, just on Instagram, because I don't want people having my Facebook yet. But yes, and also you can follow my wire wrapping page. I wire wrap jewelry. I've done it since I was pregnant. I don't have any, but I'll link it in the description below. My Instagram for my wire wrapping jewelry is called Wicked Ass Goddess Wraps. I also rebranded that. So yeah, be gentle on yourself. Have a fine balance between your health and life pleasures. Okay, some are good for you, some aren't good for you, but just make sure majority of the time you are surrounding yourself with food and people who are going to help you ascend and make you not even want to touch a donut anymore. But if you do touch the donut, don't be hard on yourself. Just know better for next time. And if next time you indulge in it again, and again, and again, and again, pray. Go to therapy. We all need therapy. This is just going to be a rant. I think we all need fucking therapy. Even therapists need therapy. Even spiritual masters need therapy because we take on a lot of shit. Okay? We take on a lot of shit as human beings. And it's hard to work through shit alone. And my friend Allie said this at some point in time, that it's okay to have friends to talk to, but all the time, and jumping all of your shit onto your friends all the time, who are really there to hear you and support you, but really don't know how to help you. Sometimes all you do need is a listening ear to release that. But there are some things that are coming up for you that they can even help you with. You can't even help yourself with, but a health professional can help you with. So if you're struggling on your diet, you're struggling on your spiritual diet, you know, get the help that you need. Don't be afraid to reach out to people who are professionals in this field. Like, I have already looked up a whole bunch of therapists, a whole holistic therapists, because I believe that there's a certain way that I need to do things. Conventional therapy may be working for some people, but for me personally, I just don't resonate with it. So don't be afraid to reach out, especially right now. Like, if you are a sensitive being, which most of us are, but super highly sensitive right now, and you came to Earth to do the work, I think that everyone's being called to go into therapy right now, because this ascension process is evolving very quickly and releasing a lot of shit and bringing a lot of shit up to surface, and we need help working through it. And there are beautiful angels who came down to Earth to do this work and to help people get through this work. So write down your goals, Don't be upset if you slip up sometimes. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for the other person. And see them as you see yourself. Okay? I love you guys. I hope everyone has a great, blessed new moon. I also wanted to pull a card for the collective and for the download that I got from Spirit. I'm using the Abraham Getting Into the Vortex deck. My friend Perry got it for me for Christmas. I love you, Perry. Mwah. But yeah, so Spirit, please give us a card, a message, send through what we need as a collective right now with the energy going on. Are you dating a donut? How do we get through dating donuts? How do we get through indulging in donuts? Y'all not gonna believe this shit. Boom! Bitch! Sorry, that was just a really good card. Okay, so it says, the thoughts that I think determine the relationship I attract. This ain't a lie, baby. Y'all see me shuffle. Spirit is coming through, okay? In the back of the card, because they do have oracles on the back, it says, not only does the power of your thoughts determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience, and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life you live. As you turn your attention towards the positive aspects of the personality and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. So Spirit is telling you to have compassion for yourself and for the goddamn donuts, like I motherfucking said. Okay? 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 And then, once you can accept the donut for the donut, you'll choose if you want to indulge in the donut instead of blaming the donut and then being attracted to the donut and not knowing why you're attracted to the donut. Just have compassion. Just have love. Have balance. Harmony. Peace. Your girl's out.